On Monday, Donald Trump filed yet another lawsuit, this time against legendary journalist Bob Woodward. But this isn't your typical lawsuit from Donald Trump. See, a couple months ago, in the run-up to the release of his new book called Rage, Woodward released a series of taped interviews that he had done with Donald Trump, that Donald Trump approved of. They were between 2019 and 2020. Woodward released these as part of the hype for his book. And that's what Trump is suing about. It's not because he released the tape or because there was a confidentiality agreement or because he's alleging defamation. No, Trump is suing Woodward for nearly $50 million, alleging that Woodward committed copyright violation by using Trump's name. The lawsuit is explicitly seeking $48 million in damages from both Woodward and his publisher, Simon & Schuster. So this seems like another one of Donald Trump's, petty little stupid lawsuits that typically would get laughed out of court, right? Well, that's why the second part of this story is so important. See, Donald Trump didn't file this in New York, where Simon & Schuster is located. He didn't file it in D.C., which is, I believe, where Bob Woodward is located. He didn't even file it down in South Florida, where Trump himself is located. Trump filed this lawsuit across the street from me at a federal courthouse in downtown Pensacola, Florida. Like Pensacola, of all the places in Florida, which obviously I am not in Pensacola right now. I am on vacation, which is a shame because I really would have loved to have done this video from the studio where you could literally throw a rock out the window and hit the courthouse where Trump had his people file this lawsuit on Monday. That would have been beautiful. However, why Pensacola? Well, because as I've repeatedly told y'all, that is the reddest part of the state of Florida. That whole area, not necessarily Pensacola, but the entire 1st District, the one where Matt Gaetz represents, most conservative area in the state. It has been solidly voting for Republicans since the year 1960. That was actually the last time they voted for a Democrat. That area went for Kennedy. Ever since then, we've had nothing but Republican judges. We've had nothing but Republican city councils, Republican mayors, Republican representatives, Republican state reps, Republican state senators. It's a red area. So what Trump did was he went forum shopping. And he thought, you know what, last time I filed one down here in South Florida, I got sanctioned, my lawyers got sanctioned. So where in Florida can I file this where I can find the friendliest judges? And he picked right there downtown Pensacola, Florida in that federal courthouse. And they're probably going to be a little bit nicer to him than Judge Middlebrooks has down there in South Florida. But that still doesn't mean this lawsuit is literally going to go anywhere. Because in order for Trump to have any legal claim whatsoever, he would be able to claim any content created anywhere, whether it's YouTube or newspaper or, cable news, anywhere that used his name, he could sue them for copyright infringement. So I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Let's hope it doesn't, because if it does, then that pretty much means Trump will own all of the media in the country at that point. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.